Good morning, good morning. It is Motivation Station with Rose and Sanjay. Rose, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sanjay. It's good to see you on Sunday.
Yeah, no, happy Sunday. No worries. We had to. I forgot to announce it, and of course, our number one fan, right? Morgan was like, "Where are you guys?" Like on Saturday, she's like, huh, "Is it not working? Is it not working for me? What's happening?" And I'm like, "No, no, you're good. I forgot to say. I forgot to say we're not doing it today, today, but it's all right. But stuff happens. How's it going? How did So we'll just start with that. How was your Saturday? Tell us what was going on.
So first of all, I want to say we had an incredible celebration,
Ah, yes. The Oh,
and
right.
I've seen your beautiful coffee, so I decided it was not hard on my coffee, but I decided to
I love. Is
put
that what does that
some
say? It's
put some
backwards. It's backwards to me.
with
Cozy. Oh, cozy up. Okay, that's cute.
cozy
I like it.
club,
Cozy club. Oh,
cozy
this is
club
cozy up. Oh, okay, I see it now. Yeah, yeah,
with a little whipped cream on top. It looks
yeah.
really fantastic. So I was trying to bring back the beautiful moment that we had. It was a beautiful place with
Ah,
so much goodness. The food was so delicious. If you wanna, you probably already did. Check it out. We had a little short of the food we had and those waffles. Oh
yeah. I
wow.
think I
And the
posted up on
coffee was
Insta.
definitely delicious. We
Mm.
had a beautiful celebration of a year and a half. We had an amazing time. Oh, it was actually the first time we met in a year and a half since we started
Yeah.
the show, and it was amazing to do a um, quick moment for you guys, and it was amazing. And our shorts actually a good morning, and it made it to over 1,000 views, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good day. I forgot that was even last Sunday. So, from the podcast that we had on Saturday, which was a fantastic time as well, and then on Sunday we met up. We got to catch up. We got to have some delicious food and coffee, and then yeah, for me this week Thursday, I was in another podcast. And it was a good time. I was on Charles's podcast. It was a fun time.
Yeah, tell me more about that. I want to know all
Yeah.
about it. I'm sure he had a
They
feedback about our podcast as well.
he needed links from us, which I the only like I gotta rebuild our link tree and then make a new QR code for it and then make it like
Okay.
official so then I don't have to worry about things. Um but he needed our QR codes, but I just sent him our YouTube. But he said that he did make like the caffeinations that he said he was gonna make. And it's
Oh,
somewhere on,
Charles,
yeah,
thank you.
it's somewhere on his channel there. And then like we
Definitely want
caught
to
up.
check it out.
Yeah, and then we caught up in his podcast was I like the way that they did his podcast because it was like different. It was like he had things where they had things lined up, like they have um the questions lined up or things that they want to talk about, and what they do is they roll a dice, and whatever number the dice lands on, like people would choose. It's either one or
Oh,
four.
you
Okay,
asked the question.
so then
Wow.
like what's number one, and then they would ask a question, and we would like kind of talk about it. Uh, we had like a brief commercial break where I was able to talk more about like my podcast, and then the ending was it was nice, and then like after we ended it we actually still hung out for a little bit, and we are just talking about how we feel, like how like basically it's like the insider of motivation station. They were just talking about, yeah, like it was off air, but it was like, if they have what they call Patreon, so people who like subscribe to watch, they get to watch a little behind the scenes of like yeah.
Okay.
So we did that
That
for a
is
little bit,
cute.
but it was
That is
good. It was
amazing.
we
New
started,
things to learn.
yeah, we started around like the thing I really like is like the simplicity of their podcast. Like ours, like I mean, like I know he praised ours, and he's like, "Oh, your guys, it looks so nice, it looks so animated, like it looks like really put together." On theirs, the system does a lot for them, so all they have to do is like click maybe a few clicks, and it changes how everything looks, and then they just go live.
Mm,
And then they have a
mm.
soundboard, they have effects, things like that, which we're not quite there yet because we just need the
I
apps for
mean,
it.
we don't even have to be there. We do
No,
what we do
no. But what I'm saying is that
authentically.
but like our like the simplicity makes it better. because there's not too much to look at or do or anything like that, right?
Okay.
So if I can get a podcast going in, and that means even you can get going in one or two clicks, and you can just run the podcast, like boom, you know what I mean? Like that's what we need is a little bit more like automation to this
Okay.
instead of yeah.
That's
That's what I mean.
that's
And
the
then
key.
not that like theirs was prettier or less
Yeah.
pretty or anything like that. Everyone has their own, but like it just the technology behind it is just it was simple and it was fun. We had a lot of fun. There was a link of it. I'll actually add the link of it to our show later today. So if anybody ever wants to watch it and follow them,
Okay.
they're pretty down to earth
Why
people.
not? We can link it to this episode.
Yeah,
Why
I'll
not?
add it here. Um, but yeah, I mean, outside of that, it was a good time. But like I said, let's go on with what's going on with you. How's your week? How's your
I had
rest
a
of your
very
trip?
beautiful pact. Obviously, my living being in New York, it was a huge running around, and I had a really packed, very packed. As you already know, I always do have a very packed situations when I come to up north. When anything I do lately, it's like jam packed.
Yeah,
And I
you do a
love
lot.
it. I love it because I would like to reinvest my time properly, you
Mm,
know, because we don't get the time back. And I had a moment when I was just doing all kinds of paperwork in New York, and then the next day I had a birthday party of
mm-hmm,
my friends that I was invited to, and then we had a beautiful brunch of celebration of a motivation station. And then on Monday, I had another moment when I visited my friend, a beautiful 9 months baby. I was turning 9 months, and I said, I didn't see your baby yet. Let me come see you. And she made me one of my favorite dishes. And I was aesthetically like, oh my God, thank you so much. When somebody makes your favorite dish waiting for you, that's love. That's love
yeah,
for me. If
mm-hmm,
you can feed me, that's love for me. As I always say, my favorite food is the one I don't have to cook, right? So it's just me.
No, but like when there's meals
Ah.
like that, it's always like made out of love, you know. Like you just show up and it's like here's this food for you, and it's like oh man, you know. And besides the fact that it's almost common courtesy to just like if the food isn't good, you don't tell them that it's not good. You just enjoy, yeah,
You
this
just,
this is
but
this is good. But
it's
then
like just
but
the way.
yeah, no, I don't think I ever had to. I ever unless somebody ever put me on a test. I don't think I ever had a point where I went somewhere where they gave me food
Yeah,
and I
if
was
it's a
like, "This is not
crown
good."
dish of the person's crown dish, everyone
Yeah.
has a crown dish. Every person, I believe, every person in the world can make at least one crown dish, right?
Mm,
I mean, just one. Make it so good. Even if it's just water and sprinkle with some lemon, anything.
wow.
It's just crown dish. And
Yeah.
if
No, I agree.
everyone put their crown dishes together, oh, we're just gonna be like, wow. That's exactly what in Staten Island they have this restaurant. When the guy decided to put nannies, all of grandmas,
Oh,
Nana,
I remember that. Yeah.
all
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
yes. I don't remember the name of it. Definitely want to get there one time. I
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely want to would love to. Now he has grandmas from all over the world cooking in the kitchen and
Yeah.
having their crown dishes. That's amazing.
No,
Tuesday, I
it's
went
a
back.
good place. Sorry. Yeah.
I fly back on Tuesday, and I already knew I'm going to be having a packed week over here.
Mm,
We are having a grand opening at the new restaurant that I'm going to be a head bartender. The grand opening is going to be next week, and I needed to set everything professionally. Unpacking glasses, putting glasses, top shelf, everything, making it professional, ordering things that wasn't there, making sure everything is set, the rules, the it's a lot of work. It's a lot of
yeah.
work when it comes to a new place. But it's going to be a real Italian food, not American Italian. It's going to be real Italian from Venezia, Venetian style. It's going to be tutorial style when everything coursed out. That's the way they eat in Italy.
Mm,
So It's going to be the same the way you eat in Italy. You're going to be eating there.
Mm,
So
mm,
it's not going to be a chicken parm there. It's not going to be their New
mm,
York style pizza. No, it's not American Italian. It's going to be a real Italian with real Italian wine from all kinds of regions from Italy.
mm,
It's going to be amazing. And they already scheduled me for 6 days. I was like, six?
mm.
On top of it, I already have my cleaning and health coaching, and of course, a beautiful show. So I'm gonna be pretty busy for the next 3 months. I have pretty good goals. I have lots to do. I still have to do a lot of paperwork when it comes to what I need to do and my other things. So
Yeah.
it's life, and I love it. I love it. It's like either everything, either nothing with me in my life, but I love it. It's
Oh, yeah.
time when I really regroup. I strategically plan my next movement of 3 6 months, and then boom, it's happening because I already put it in my mind, and God was like, "Here, you ready?"
Yeah, no, but I think and it's funny because the episode I called this week is called "The Importance of Good Character," right? And that just simply means exactly what everything you just said. Like right now, you're in the real hard grind mode, right? Head bartender, I'm sorry, at the new place that you're
I'm
going
just
to
putting
be
my
is
head
fantastic, you
in
know.
the sand.
But like just like growth, you know, it's nothing about like it's everything about like growth and you know, like you, I feel like honestly, like you wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for the person you already are. Like this is not something that would just get handed down to somebody. Um, I mean, it could be like maybe by blind luck, but for you, it wasn't ever. You know, you were always a hardworking person, and you always showed up, right? You always showed up, and that's what it means to have like the good character. Like you weren't chosen to be a a head bartender for no reason. Like you weren't chosen for this path for no reason. And then like even the other things that you're going through with your coaching and all that, like you stepped up. You decided to like, hey, I want to make these moves. I want to improve my life, right? And of course, like the other stuff that's happening along the way, as much as it's challenging, sorry, as much as it's challenging, um, I don't see it being too big of a challenge because the things that you need done from you
I
from
knock
others.
everything down.
No, no,
Everything comes my way, I knock it down.
no, no, it's not just that, but like it's like no obstacle can just stay in your way. You know, there's no challenge that's in your way that's like I'm gonna
Yes,
hard
that's
stop
what I'm
Rose
saying.
and that's
I'm
it.
knocking everything down. Yeah.
But like even like the support that you have from others, like you know the support that you need from others right now, like it's not a challenge to anyone to provide that to you. No one has to put up a facade to be like, how can we represent Rose? Like Rose already does such a good job. Like it's like I'm gonna need a book to write for Rose to be able to represent Rose and things like that, you know.
Yeah,
So I mean, I'm happy that things are in
moving along.
well in your own words in such high vibration, right? Like it's not just moving along. It is like it's like a motorboat. It is just going up the stream with the currents against it with no problems. You know what I mean? So good for you though. I'm very proud of you. And let me tell you, I was so happy to see you. Like Sunday, the brunch was such a good time, and like I was telling you too that like I had to take a picture, and I didn't upload anywhere, but you know maybe I will when I get a chance. But I sent the pictures to to Morgan, and Morgan's like, "Oh my god, is that Rose?" And I was like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Oh my god, she's so beautiful." I was like, "I know, that's why I had to take the picture. This shit is crazy."
Oh my God, you guys
But
crazy. Thank you, though.
like we went to a place that was like all pink, and then Rose was wearing all pink,
Thank you.
and it was just like it's like I was like I have to take this picture or else
Yeah,
it's
I
like a
wasn't
once in a
matching. It was a coincidence, but it was a
it was
beautiful
so good though.
coincidence.
Like I do want to go back to that place for the food, but
It is. It's a nice place to be. Morgan, come for that place. It's
yeah,
just
no, she has to come
wow.
visit me in Jersey anyway.
But if you come to Jersey, come. It's there's a lot of places there, but
A
that
lot.
place is just stole my heart. The way they everything, the ambiance. I always say one of the biggest thing I started doing. You can spend the same money somewhere else with no ambiance, but you can find a place where there's everything, service, ambiance, everything, and
So
food,
it,
right?
It's funny you say that because that also goes in with the good character part too, right? So normally I like to go out, as you well know. I'll go out, have a few drinks, talk to people, talk to bartenders, and just kind of catch up. Just be a good guy and just like listen, right? So like I said, not too long ago, my wife started going to the gym, started feeling a little bit more confident and things like that. So one day we we went to a local place in town that had tacos. So we knew this place existed, right? But we never actually went. So one day we're like, hey, let's go there. And it's like a very authentic. I think I said it. All right. Taco spot, right? So it
Authentic.
authentic. Thank you. That has like real tacos in the sense of like it's just tortilla, whatever you want on it, and then just like cilantro and onions, and that's it. Squeeze a little bit of lemon on it, and then
Oh
if you
my
want
God,
hot,
that's my favorite taco.
it's the simple ones, right? It's not like Taco Bell, it's not like the fancy places, and nothing like that, right? These were the best like tacos I've ever had in my entire life, Rose. And then like the first time I went with my wife, and I took a friend out because it was her birthday. So I was like, hey, let's I'll take you out for dinner. So we went there. The food was delicious. She got plantains. They were delicious as well. I didn't actually drink though. I just had tacos, and then we had the chips, right? Good meal, and like we fell in love with the place so much, and like the service there, like the waitresses, super kind, super professional, super friendly. Like we are having like fun conversations throughout the day, and it was just surprising because we went on like a Friday night and it was dead. And I was like, oh, maybe people just don't know, like we were the only table there, and there's people at the bar, and that's it. And I was like, oh, people need to learn about this place. So I'm not joking, for like the last 2 weeks since I started going, I've gone like 5 or 6 times now, right? Just to support business, and just like go talk to these like
Hey, you love
the
it,
surf
yeah.
people. The food is just so good. So hear me out. So I'm not gonna drop any names or anything, but one of the waitresses there, we got to know. Like she actually became a friend to us. Like we start like when it was, because it was dead, she would actually stay at our table and like talk to us a little bit more, get to know us and things like that. So my wife and I, we had like a great time getting to know this person. And then we told her, we're like, hey, have you ever had like Korean barbecue? And she's like, no. I'm like, all right, well, we got to take you out for Korean barbecue. I was like, it's set in stone. Like, with the level of friendship we have now, we're going out for Korean barbecue. And she's like, I would absolutely love that. So we're planning to go out when we can. Um, but then secondly, we asked her, because my wife is into it. We asked her like, oh, are you into karaoke? And she's like, oh, I haven't done it, but I am into singing. And I've come to learn that she's a singer. Like she has a whole
Mm.
Instagram page with followers and all that stuff, and she sings. And she invited us to a Selena tribute night at like I think it was a Colombian steakhouse in Sayreville, right? And I was just like, well, we don't normally go out. Like my wife and I are introverted people, and you know how it goes down in Spanish spots, right? You go there and the music is loud, people just start getting up and dancing, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so we went because we got invited, and I was like, okay. And she and her friend did such an amazing job. Like the night was just like a vibe. Like everyone was into it. My wife and I, we had some delicious food at this place, like just amazing food. And then we had drinks. Like I had sangrias, and my wife had some like cranberry vodka, something simple. Man, Rose, we were vibing. We got pulled into a Congo line. There was a lot happening that night, but we had a blast. Like we had one of the most fun times ever. And then like we saw her again a few days later when we had lunch again at or dinner again at the taco place. And she's like, "Oh, thank you guys for coming out. Like, I wish my friends would come out more. I wish I can go out more and stuff." And I was just like, "Oh, just hit us up. Like, we'll go out with you. Like, my wife, you can take my wife anywhere, or we'll
Mhm.
go out, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we all can go out. My kid will come with us too." And like she was just so grateful. She's like, like you guys are so nice. And I'm just like, I think we've always been nice people. Like my wife and I have always been like good people, but we're always shy. We don't really like to talk to people. We don't really like. I opened up a little bit more just because the people in my life kind of forced me out of my shell. And now with my wife going through her, confidence boost from going to the gym and whatnot. Like I mean, I always knew the good character was already in us, right? But now it's like it's coming out, and I think because of those
Time
feelings,
to shine.
it's getting better. But I did have rough days this week. There's days where I went quiet. There's days where I was like in my own head, right? And I'll tell you something, and Morgan's here too, and I already told Morgan, and I'm gonna tell everybody here too. Morgan's saying that the days that my gratitude is higher than my expectations, my days are better, right? I kept repeating that in my head out loud, like as I was like going through stuff. And I just felt like a whole weight lift off my shoulders. I felt the whole world just be like, what are you worried about? Like, what are you actually worried about? There's nothing happening, you know? And I was like, you're right. What the hell's wrong with me? So, Morgan, you have saved so many days this week that I'm gonna have to give you the biggest hug when I come out to Europe and
Yeah,
hang out with you there. But Morgan has definitely saved my week, and I thank you for that. But
that is amazing.
yeah, it's been an interesting week. But I mean, I had my highs, I had my lows, and that's just how life goes. Oh wait, well look, that rhymed. But yeah,
That's amazing. One of the habits that I integrated into my life every time I wake up, I always ask myself, who is birthday today? Who I can say happy birthday to? And and I'm so super happy that you guys coming out of your shell and just being more open and shining. And one of the birthdays was yesterday. It was like three people's birthday. I was like, okay. So every morning when I get up, I ask myself, whose birthday today? And usually it's pretty good. People always like, you remember everyone's birthday because I love to say happy birthday to people. Maybe sometime I shout out the video of singing happy birthday song just because, like, why not, right? Not because Facebook is telling you, not because you saw a story that person is celebrating and they tag him. No, just because you actually remember because you care, whatever that is.
mm,
So yesterday was Mike's birthday, our mutual friend's me and Richard's birthday. And
yeah,
it was my other friend, uh, Billy birthday. Billy, happy birthday! I know you're watching a show when you can. Happy birthday, Billy! A really good friend of mine. And also it's Joe's birthday. He calls me sister. And Joe's story is very unique. It was a time when he and his brother and the cat lived in the car. When the dad
mm,
passed away, they lost the house and they were living in the car. And
mm,
I, with my motivation, I made sure they had a job. And then cat passed away, and then they got a room. They start living in the room, and now they at least have a job, food, and income coming in and place to live. So I'm really
yeah,
happy about that. So Joe, happy birthday. And
mm,
today, of course, is another day. It's another birthday. It's one of my um, greatest people. I call him Best Bud. We've done a lot of traveling together. One of my, also he's watching our shows when he can. One of my really good friends to make sure to remind me about optimism, about positivity, about how words could be vibrational and how to stay in a high vibration. I appreciate you so much for being in my life. And that's the habit that I have learned to ask myself every morning, who is birthday today? Who can I put a smile on?
yeah,
And one time I sent a video to my friend um, from my hometown, from my capital of my town. We came together. He was my angel when I came first year and I came to Myrtle Beach. He definitely saved me. One time I sent him a video message like that saying singing happy birthday. He's like, that was my first ever a video message like that. He's like, how cool. So
yeah,
you never know who you can put a smile on other people's face like you did. You you decided to suggest the Korean barbecue and have a good time in Colombian taco place, and you guys had a blast, and you put a smile on that person's face. That is a good character right there.
I I lost my train of thought. Darn it. I had something too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I say. People don't understand how much of a difference that makes, and I think that's what was happening to me this week. Where it may be silly, right? But there's times where I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but like I'm constantly there. I constantly be there as often as I can for the people around me, right? And the little things,
Hmm.
like I found it beautiful that you said that this, Joe was in a tough space where he lived out of his car. Like that's insane, right? But like fortunately, things that happened in his life helped improve it, and then he was able to get out of that situation, which is absolutely great, right? And I remember, like, I always wanted to be that person, and I never even had like money to do it, right? And I remember hitting a point where, so in this story, it didn't work out, right? But I'm still grateful that I was still able to help, and I'm still, in touch with the person. But they were in such a like a shitty situation where, like, where they lived, like, they essentially lived with someone that they work for, right? But they work
Mhm.
for that person
Mhm.
at their store for free. And I'm like, look, living situations and getting paid to work are two different things. Like, that's still like, it sounds like people are trying to do that as a favor to you, but they're not. They're actually, if anything, taking advantage of your good nature that you're willing to work for free.
Yes.
Like that, that's insane, right? And they hit a point that they're like, I can't do this anymore. Like, if I keep going like this, like, it's gonna be the end of me. And I said, all right, how motivated are you to leave? And they're like, I'll do anything. And I said, all right, anything is very, very easy to say, but it's very hard to do if you don't actually mean it, right? I was like, how willing are you to do this? And they're like, I'll do anything to get out of this, right? So, like, day after day, Rose, I started hunting jobs for this person to go to set up interviews for this person, right? I was like, listen, I'll rent out a place for you for a month. I barely had the money to do it, but I was like, I'll rent out a place for you for the month. And then as you work, pay that off. As you work more, save your money. And then when you make a lot more money, you can pay me back. But in that time, there's no
Yes.
rush for any of this.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
don't really care
Mhm.
about, I want you to get out. That's all I care about, right? And this person hit a point that they were able to make that change. We had a place booked. Like, I booked an actual Airbnb for, I think at the time I booked it for 3 weeks because that was like the limit. So I was like, whatever,
Ooh.
three weeks is still okay because 2 weeks you get paid, and then we'll work together and find another place, right? Um, I found a place that this person doesn't have a car, so they could take the bus in, and I planned out the route and everything. I was like, you can take the bus, right? The job was gonna pay good, right? It was gonna be ongoing for like 6+ months. I was like, you're all set. All you have to do is walk out that door now. Walk
Show
out the
up.
no, no, yeah, exactly. Walk out the door that you're leaving, where you're leaving, right? So she's like, well, I gotta talk to him, right? And I was like, you can talk to him, but he's gonna convince you to stay. You need to walk out this door, right? Day comes, she goes to talk to him. He counter offers. He's like, oh, you know what? I'll pay you. I'll pay you to work here, and then there's actually another part-time job you can do nearby, and you can use our card to code to this job and make that money too. And she's like, she took it. She took the counter offer, and I'm like, you have to remember that this wasn't just about money. Like, this was about your whole life. Like, you are not happy where you were, and just because a guy counter offered last second, you decide to stay. Like, I was. I'll be honest, I was quite upset, right? Not because of the fact that I lost money. Listen, I've lost a lot of money in my life to people who probably didn't deserve it, right? And I think there's very little I regret about it because honestly, money's going to come and go for me. It doesn't matter, right? But the things I can do for people are the things I can do for people. I'm not going to be able to do it maybe when I'm older. I won't be able to do it if I'm not around. I tried my best to do it now, right? And I didn't get mad. I was disappointed. I was disappointed, right? But she's like, I'm sorry, like, I made you spend all this money and I'll pay you back and everything. I was like, don't worry about paying me back. I was like, just, get your life together though, right? But I told her, this opportunity that I gave you, I can't do it again. I can't do it again because, besides the fact that I don't have the funds to do it, because right now I'm paying back that room that no one is staying in, you know. And the best I could have done is I reached out to the Airbnb person. I said, hey, you can put the booking live again because we're not making it, but I'll still, there's no, like, they tried to work with me so I didn't have to pay back as much, but they're like, yeah, there's no refund policy because you paid for it. And if you refund it like a day before, you get money back, or 2 or 3 days. This person canceled on me in like the last 2 hours, and you can't refund a booking in that time, right? So long story short,
Yes.
like, I mean, I'm grateful that I was able to offer such an opportunity. I'm disappointed that they didn't follow through. And guess what? Right now they're not in their happiest place. They're not doing too hot. They're stuck again. And they're just like, what do I do now? And I'm like, I tried to open a door for you. I literally tried my hardest to open a door for you, and you didn't take it. I was like, maybe one day I'll do it again, but right now you lost that opportunity, and I'm like, honestly, you just have to grind through it. You can get through it. You can try to pick up on your own, but like, I'm sorry that I can't do this further anymore. Like I'll be there for moral support. I got you. I got your back. If you're having a bad day, hit me up. But I went so far as to care about you in a way that I spent money I didn't even have. I put myself in a situation that like I shot myself in the foot and decided to heal myself. You know what I mean? I even asked for help for it at that point. And now I'm
Wow.
limping. Yeah, and now I'm limping everywhere I go, and they're just like, I wish I took the opportunity. And I'm like, yeah, me too. I wish you took it too, because I wouldn't be in this predicament. And I just feel like their situation would have been better. They would have had more money. They would have been happier. They would have more freedom. But it's like that saying goes. You could lead a horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink the water. And that's exactly what had happened. Also, yeah, I just want to say shout out to Morgan that so I saw a
Morgan.
picture of you at dinner, Rose. You're so beautiful. Amen. Food always wins. Amen to that too. I love you. I love you too,
Thank
Morgan.
you.
Uh,
Morgan, thank you for always being
uh,
here in our presence.
no, not only here in our presence at Motivation Station, she's been here in my presence
I get
every
that. I
day.
get
Like
that, but I appreciate
it's insane.
that you can definitely you bring in the special energy to motivation station. That's all I can say. It's
She's
it's
she's
a very
been
beautiful energy,
she
flowing, ever
she's
changing. I love that.
like character. If anything, thy name is Morgan. You know what I mean? Like it
Yes.
literally is at that point. But it just
It's beautiful. It's a nice story that you're sharing. You know what? We all have stories to share that we burn on money, and I can share a little bit of one story that I had, a few stories back in 2017 when I thought I could be a hero and a savior for everybody. And obviously after that I said, oh, never happening again. But it's 2016. It was actually 2016, 10 years ago, right? Remember we had that trend. What happened to you 10 years ago? Let me tell you what happened to me 10 years
there you
ago.
go.
So from network marketing, one of my mentors called me like, hey, listen, I have one of our partners' son in New York, and he's from your hometown, and can you please? He's very sick. Can you help him out? I was like, sure. Give him my number. I'll tell him what to buy to treat his whatever sickness, fever, whatever he has, cold. And so he reached out to me. He was texting me. I said, hey, listen, go get yourself whatever. We're not putting no names of the
Yeah, 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 no.
big pharma, but go get countertop, whatever, the green and orange, whatever, the blue stuff that can help you. And he was like, okay, so now, um, 6 months later, his mother already had my contacts. She called me. She's like, oh, my son is by himself there. Can you please help him? He just lost his job. I said, okay, give him my number and let him reach out to me. So he reached out to me. I said, can you, he still cannot call me. He's only texting me. I was like, okay, this is something already, a red
Mm,
flag. I was like, just go get a ticket from New York to New Jersey and you can stay at my house. We'll figure it out. Like as a guest for a couple of days, person
mm,
from your hometown, you kind of be by himself. Want to help him for a couple of days. I was like, it's fine. So now he takes the, and it's happening the same day when and back then I had a roommate. I was like, we're going to Boston. We were supposed to go to Boston,
mhm,
three of us. And the same day this person comes in from New York to New Jersey, I'm like, we can't let you stay in our house because we don't even know you. Like, I don't know you personally. So we are taking him the same day to Boston. So
mm,
it's four of us going to Boston, and here I am and I'm paying for everything he's doing because A, he lost the job, B, he's from my hometown, and as being a real Tatar girl, we're always very hosty. Oh, let me pay for you, did it later, you know. So now I'm paying for everything. He's coming back. So now my roommate, we go to one room and he stays in another room. I said, listen, figure out your plan. find yourself a job, place to live, and you could go. So 3 weeks later, not a couple of days, 3 weeks later, this person's still laying comfortably in my bed and not even trying to do anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? This situation is getting out of control. I'm like, are you looking? Yeah, yeah, I'm looking. Okay, so no. I said today we're finding you a job, we're finding a place to live. So I made a couple of phone calls, got him 2 jobs, same day, got him a place to live, same day, because I was capable of doing that back then. I
Mhm.
lived in Brooklyn for 5 years. I've obviously grown some connections and network. I made a few phone calls. I said today we're going to New York. Everything was happening in our playing field. I said we're going. He was like, okay. So now we're going to Brooklyn. I get him 2 jobs, 2 restaurants, and the room. I paid for the room. I paid for the deposit. Back then it was $1,200.
Mm.
He wrote me a letter that in a couple of months, I said, you have a couple of months to pay me back
Mhm.
because you're going to be having 2 jobs, right? So now he's going, okay. I said, okay, God bless you. So now he's living in this beautiful room, which was really nice and even had a tennis court. Like he got very lucky with a
Damn.
very nice room. And I was like, damn, he's living better than I do now. And I'm paying for it. So 2 jobs. Now he disappears for 6 months
Wow.
again. So another 6 months comes, his mother calling me again. Oh, he met a girl and she got pregnant. Now they have to send her back because they have no money. She got no papers. It was all kinds of crazy thing. His mother's crying. My heart is bleeding now. I'm like, what do you want me to do? So he still owes me at least $1,200.
Yeah,
And he's like, please, oh, they just need a ticket to send her back to her country. So I don't know why. I pulling out my credit card back then. I
yeah.
had those. I was like, you have
Felt.
1 month to pay it off. I paid the ticket, which was another $1,200. And
Mm.
he's like, oh, we gotta pay a luggage fee. I'm like, you don't even have a luggage fee money? So I paid the luggage fee. I said, what happened to the jobs? And then I find out he was fighting in these jobs. Those jobs were out. He started working in a moving company. And I was so mad because now I'm embarrassed for the person I called. I made you 2 beautiful jobs and you just left. And then you left from the room without paying the room. He didn't pay any rent, he just left the room. I was like, wow. This was like a slap on my face.
Honestly.
And now he already owes me what, 2,500. Of course, he disappears for another 6 months.
These
Now
time periods. It's
it's
crazy.
like it's every 6 months.
Yeah.
Now his mother calls me again. Now his mother, I introduced her to my mom. They already had a meeting. They already, but like, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah. I get
talking
it.
to each other.
Because it's
Now we're like friends, right? No friends, but God forbid, never again. So now 6 months later, and she's like, okay. She calls me again. I said, oh my goodness. Every 6 months, I'm like, something happening with these people. So now she's really crying. She's like, oh, I think my boy's hallucinating. He's been, something's wrong with him. I was like, what is happening? First of
yeah,
all, you owe
honestly.
me a lot of money at this point already. I didn't heard from him. He's not paying me, and you still calling me. You have any remorse at this point?
I'd be like, I'm hallucinating too.
No.
I don't see the money.
Now I'm finding out he's living in Hoboken train station for 6 days now. He has nowhere to live, no work. His girlfriend, the pregnant, is already in her country, getting the baby, which is, oh my goodness, right? Now I'm like, what is really happening? Back then I had a friend, she had a husband that was also in trouble, drug addiction.
Mhm.
And now we understanding that this kid has a drug problem. Now I'm finding out using heavy hardcore drugs. Not to
Yeah,
YouTube,
yeah,
but
no.
just the story.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness. Now my roommate is going to her country for 3 months for the summer. I was like, okay, I have 3 months to figure out what to do with this kid. I'm like, what are we doing now? Now, Mother Teresa picked this guy up with my friend back then. I'm like, you cannot come to my house being under influence.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do, I put him in a hotel for 1 week just to clean the guy out. He already
Yeah,
been
of
in the
course.
hospital for uh 96 hours or whatever, 24 hours to get through that withdrawal moment and stuff like that. So he already went through the hardcore part.
Mm-hmm.
So all you gotta do now consistently
Yeah.
cleanse yourself out. So helping him out, food, whatever he needs, cigarettes. Oh my goodness, Mother Teresa here. So I'm doing all that, and then a week later, he's clean. I said, "You going to live in my house while she's gone for 3 months." I didn't even let her know because I was like, "What am I gonna do? I can't tell people that he's under influence." And I'm trying to listening to his mother that is crying. So now he's coming to my house, and on second floor we have 3 kids, family with 3 kids. I am so not afraid, but I was like, I just said this is my cousin. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
say anything
Yeah, you
else.
can. Yeah.
So I was like, you clean now, because he was like clean you out in the hotel. That's another 1800 that went to the hotel with everything.
Yeah.
On top of 2500 was already spent on this kid. Brilliant kid. Out of 200 people, he was the only one who won the one of the biggest universities in my capital. He actually played big tennis with Marat Safin, which is the famous tennis player. Brilliant kid.
Mm-hmm.
Problems, gambling problems. They were kicked out from university, I found out later, and
Mm-hmm.
now it's under being under influence. I said, I'm putting you to work. I knew people in a pizzeria where I lived. I said, can
Mm-hmm.
you please hire him? He was waitressing. He was making 2,000 a month. Now he started working there. I said, you're gonna work here and you're gonna pay everything back.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
First month was fun. He
Mm-hmm.
was talking to me and everything. We celebrated his birthday. He's making money. I don't see no money. Still
Mm-hmm.
buying the food for the house and everything. Second month, he stopped talking to me. He started avoiding me. He goes home when I'm sleeping. He goes out when I'm not there. It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm finding out somehow, somewhere, he got the delivery. And the last 3 days, he was in a laundromat, and ambulance took him because he was ODing. Excuse my French for the YouTube. The situation got worse, and no money I've seen again. I called his mother. I said, right now, you getting him a ticket, flight home. I'm not paying for it. You getting him ticket. He's out of here, and you take care of your own son. And in the end, they were putting me, make me feel guilty, like, oh, you didn't give him a chance to even make money for the ticket. I was like, are you kidding me? You guys by this time owe me $5,000,
That's
and you
just.
still want me to let him make money for the ticket. And on top of it, he stole $1,000 from the pizzeria when I put him to work. And
He
that
stole
pizzeria,
money
yes,
from
he
the.
stole money from the pizzeria, and the pizzeria was so mad at me. I'm never allowed there. I
Yeah.
was like, so sorry. I said he was clean when he started working. He's like, why didn't you tell us he was under influence? I said he was clean. I don't know how he found what he found in your pizzeria, but he found it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the whole house was mad at me as well because I didn't let them know. Said he was clean and he was here only till certain. So basically, they kicked me out from the house too. After that story, I said I will never help money wise again. If I'm
Mm-hmm.
helping, it's more like I could give you a guidance what to do next, but I want to see you taking responsibility of your own life and go making it happen. That's the
Mm-hmm.
story today.
Mm.
That
I it's
part of my 10 decades ago what happened
no,
trend
not
story.
even. So that, yeah, I mean, I think yours was deeper than a lot more than mine, because I mean, I lost money, but I didn't lose that much money. But
I was like, bye bye 5,000.
the crazy part is like I know what you mean, right? When you say that, like when that had happened with his girlfriend, and they're like, hey, can you buy us a ticket, right? Like you knew, like on the surface, you're like, yo, don't do this, don't give money to this person, like this is not my problem. But it's in our character, right? It's deep inside, we're just like, but we want to be helpful, we want to help you, we want to have we want to have hope that the help
It's
that we give to you
seeing
is
good in people that they
it,
don't have.
yeah. It's like honestly like hanging on to that little thread of like hope, that like, hey, like understand that the thing, like what I'm giving you, it's not just a matter of money, it's opportunity. I'm trying to help you change your life, right? And then they falter, and you're like, look, I'll try again, and you tried again and again and again, and like it didn't work. And now it's unfortunate, because even like with my friend, like we're still friends, I'll still talk to him like here and there, but like I'm over it, I'm over like the fact that they'll message me and they're like, oh, I wish I had money for lunch. And I was like, I wish you had money for lunch too. Like I don't,
You
you're
had an
working.
opportunity.
Yeah, I was like, you're working, right? They're paying you, right? What are you doing with the money? Like, you should be able to pay. I know you have bills. Like I gave her,
Everyone.
I signed up for a phone for my family plan to gift her, and I was like, you could pay me back whenever you have to. I literally opened up all these doors, and I was like, yo, you don't have to pay for a thing. Just show up and do your job, kind of like how you did, right? But fortunately for me, this person gave up before they even started, so I didn't lose as much as you did, right? But like, I was just like, I don't want to cancel the phone now because I already have the phone. I got to pay back the hotel now. It's like, however much money that is. And like they still come back, and they're still in, like in your sense, like with your story, where the mom kept calling, be like, we're still struggling, we're still doing this and that. It's like, yo, we gave you every opportunity to improve and get better. Now here's the thing, that with like that, like things like that, and obviously I'm not going to get into that conversation because I'm no expert on it, but when people are into like drugs and things of that nature, it gets tough, right? Because I don't know where you're at mentally, because there's people that I know that take medication for medicine reasons, right? For like actual reasons that they need it for, right? But then they abuse it, and I'm like, I don't get it, you know. And I'm not trying to say I try to understand it, or I try to go up to them and be like, hey, don't do this, and like they can just listen to my words and be like, oh yeah, you're right, like, I will never do this again. But there's a deeper level to it, but there's help out there for that. But people refuse to get that help, which is a problem of
He
its own,
liked it.
you know.
There's no other reason. You liked it. You liked the feeling of what he was getting from it.
he he
Okay?
he
You can
appreciated
have it,
the
but not in my house.
he appreciated the help too, I'm sure. I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't grateful for it, but he didn't understand how deep the help was. It wasn't just a matter of, hey, Rose gave me
And it's
money
not
to stay
like
at
I
a
was
place.
rich. I'm here. Let me just throw some money at
Yeah,
my
exactly. Yeah,
house.
yeah, like,
I was
oh, this
putting
is
it on
just
my credit card.
this is chump money, this is coffee money, here you go, like,
That was
no.
credit card money, not
That
even my money
my
back
money,
then.
it was honestly the money, like I had, like I'm sure both of us given, were money that I worked hard for. And then when I finally saved up, I was like, I can finally do something nice for myself, right? And then something happens, and it's like, you know what, I can be nice for someone else instead. And this is like, it's happened now. Unfortunately, this doesn't happen every single time, but we're just talking about the times that it has happened. And it's disappointing, but the thing is, the fact that we do it like this and it failed, okay, but we still do it for others, and it may succeed or it may not fail, still goes back to the importance of having good character. It goes back to exactly who we are, right? So I want to read, I'm not going to go deep in Morgan's story, but I know Morgan's story too. But Morgan says, well, when you were telling your story, she says, I've been there too, and she's still living in my house, right? And she says, it really sucks to do your best to help people and they waste it and you are back where they were or worse. I always assume if I help someone monetarily, I'm not getting that money back. Amen. That, like, even for our friends, I mean, I'll speak for myself and I'll let you speak for yourself. But my friend, like, when I bought her the hotel room and when I bought her this and that, right? I was like, pay me back when you can. And I meant it so much that I hope one day you forget to pay me back. I hope that you actually forget to pay me back, but you thrive. You do better. You know, you hit me up. You're like, hey, Sanjay, let's go out to dinner. You treat me to
Yes.
dinner, something like that. Like, you know, in a way that I know you're doing well, you know. And my thing is this, and I hate to ask for help, but I've done it before, right? I asked even close friends for money. There was times where I was struggling financially, and I hated to be that person. So I know what it means when it says I don't like to ask people for money, you know. And when I do, it's almost at like a begging point. I'm almost like begging because, like, I feel bad. Like, I mean, there's times where I don't remember if I was like in between jobs or like a big bill pulled out, but
Mhm.
I couldn't get diapers for my kid. I couldn't get diapers and food for my kid. And I was like, my kid and my wife were sleeping, and I was frantic. I was crying like up at night. I was like, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, I can't even, like, I have a family. I can't even feed them. Like, I'm actually losing my mind. So I texted my best friend, and I was like, yo, like, I hate to do this, man, but can I borrow a little money so I can get stuff for my family? And he's like, yeah, yeah. And I didn't even tell him how much I needed. Like, I honestly just needed like 40, $50, right? Because, you know, diapers and shit are expensive, but I just need enough to get them what they need, right? And he sent me like $500. And he's like, dude, just do what you need to do. Pay me back when you can. And I was like, dude, no, this is too much money. I can't take this. He was like, too late. He literally was like, too late. It's in your account. I already transferred it, you know? So, you know, I was grateful because then I was, not only was I able to, it was a Thursday night going into Friday. Not only was I able to get them diapers, I was able to get groceries. I was able to get food for my wife and myself, right? But that same night on Friday, I was able to take my kid out to McDonald's. I didn't get anything for myself. I got her a Happy Meal. I got myself a soda, and I'm like sitting there, and she's like watching my phone because, you know, now she loves my phone, and I just have like tears down my face, and I'm just like, yesterday I went from like I couldn't do anything to at least today I'm able to take her out for McDonald's at least. And, you know, I think that's where like the struggles of fatherhood and shit like come to me. It's getting better, but, like, you know, like I remember those days where it was hard, and I'll never forget how grateful I am for those people. And oh yeah, another small story that, like, you know, that contributed to this week was, like, I told you I wasn't doing that great, um, and there's a lot of times where I stick around my friends a lot. Like, I'll talk to them, I'll text them, and I'm like a habitual texter, so I like to message a lot. But it's really just to keep me out of my own head. It's really just to keep me out of my own thoughts. And sometimes I have ill thoughts. You know, I don't have good thoughts, and I don't want to be there. So I'll text people, right?
Mhm.
And it just hit me like I'm bothering people. I know I'm not. I know I'm not bothering them, but I'm like, if I message them and they don't talk to me for a few hours, listen, I know they have their own lives. They have work. They have their, you know, their
Yes.
days. They, you know, whatever. I'm the only one that I know that if you text me, I generally text back right away, right? So when I stop hearing from people, I'm like, they're busy. Don't bother them. Now you're being annoying. So I stopped, right? And that's where I started telling myself, you know, show gratitude instead of having expectations. So my expectations were obviously responses, but I was like, nope, just be happy about the day, right? But yesterday I was going through some of it from the night before, and, like, I stayed home all day and I played video games with one of my good friends and we had fun. And then at night I just went quiet because they're like, oh, I'm gonna play with my other friends tonight, and I was like, that's fine. Like, you know, you don't owe your nights to me. You do whatever. And I didn't want to bother anybody. I stayed quiet. I hung out with my wife, and you know, we watched Lord of the Rings with my kid here and there, and I just kind of stayed alone, right? And one thing happened that I never expected to happen, and it was, so one of my good friends from California, like, we used to kind of talk every day, and then, like, life kind of got to both of us. Out of nowhere, she calls me, right? And my first response to her calling me was, "What happened? Like, are you okay?" Because, like, that's just like my response. It's like, are you okay? What happened, right? And she's like, no, I'm just calling you to say hi. And I was like, calling me to say hi for what? And she's like, nothing, I'm just checking up on you. She's like, why, is that weird? I was like, you have never called me in your entire life unless something went awfully wrong. So I was like, for you to call me right now and say that you're just calling to check up on me, like, I almost started crying because I was like, why? Like, what made you think of me? Are you crazy? And it's funny because I'm that person. I'm the person that like I'll call people and they call me crazy for reaching out to them. Like I have a best friend in California. It was her cat's birthday. Her cats. I don't know her cats personally. Like we talk about her cats. I seen pictures. I don't know her cats personally. I spent money on their cats like birthday gifts and I sent them
Yeah.
over. And I was like, "Yo, here's some sweet treats and cat toys for your cat." And she's like, "What the hell?" I was like, "They're family to me too. I love them." And I do it so like, non-responsibly. I mean like I don't even think about it. I just do it, right? And when somebody does it to me, I just don't know how to respond. I'm like, what happened? Why are you doing this for me? Like, I don't understand. Although I am well aware that in the back of my head, I deserve the same love that I give, 110%. It doesn't register well for me. So she called me and she was like, I'm just calling, I'm just checking in on you. And I was just like, dude, like I needed this more than anything. And that's why these like little things, this all she did was call me and say, "Hi, I'm just checking up on you." Do you understand how much that means to people sometimes, right? Some don't get me wrong, some people they're not grateful. They're like, "Yeah, I'm good, don't bother me." Other people are like, "Oh my god, did you think about me? Like during the 24 hours that we live in a day,
Yeah.
you thought about me?" Like people don't understand the power that has. They don't. And like I told my friend, and I'm gonna hold her to that. I let her talk to my daughter, because like she knows who my daughter is. And I was like, oh, tell her you're going to sleep. Tell her you're going to sleep, right? And my daughter starts talking because she wants more glow in the dark stars for our room. So she starts telling my friend on the phone, "Hey, we ordered more." And my friend's like, "That's fantastic." She's like, "Yeah, we're gonna get a ladder in the room tomorrow. We're gonna put it in the ceiling." And she's like, "Okay, you gotta show me tomorrow." And she's like, "Yeah, yeah, I'll call you." And she's like, "Okay, you better call me." So since she said that, now I'm gonna make sure that we call her back and we do a video call, or I send a video message and be like, "Look, this is what my daughter wanted to show you." And I'm very serious when it comes to my daughter. Like if people invest time into her, like I invest that time back. And I'm like, "Hey, come hang out with me and my daughter. Come hang out with all of us." And I don't really do that with a whole lot of people, but like this is one of my close friends from like Cali for like like 3 years now or so. And
Yeah. I just
like
love the bunny that I get.
yeah, and I told her, I was just like, "Hey, like if you're gonna embed yourself in my life and you're gonna send videos to my daughter or send pictures for me to share, you're gonna get that back in return, right? But understand that like this relationship that I'm building all together here is serious because I'm including like my kid. And I don't try to include my kid in everything. But anyway, back to what the point is, like
Your character.
yeah, like it's just in our nature to be this way, and I'm happy that like although there's times where it hits hard and we suffer from it, it doesn't change who we are, right? So the one thing I want to say about Morgan says, I learned the same lesson the hard way as well. Morgan has been through a lot. Morgan, I was calling Morgan Mother Teresa too, because at that point she was right. But she was in a position that she took people into her home, and over and over again she gave opportunities to like the person. She opened doors for them. She would pay for them for everything and anything, right? And more than not, it was the good nature of her heart, because like she's like, it came to a point that she would go grocery shopping, and she's not just grocery shopping for her anymore. It became just a regular thing to grocery shop for everybody in the home, you know and she's like, "Don't worry about it, like I'll pay for everything. Oh, you need a car? Your car needs to be fixed, I'll pay for your car to get fixed." Yeah. Right. And like she wanted to help a person out, but the biggest thing is she wasn't trying to be like a knight in shining armor. She was literally just trying to be someone. Let me pick you up, and then you stand up and you pick yourself up. You fight back, and like you do better for
That's
yourself.
amazing.
But
However, right now, be Mother Teresa to yourself.
yeah, well,
You
this
deserve it.
this is a past story. This is a where she used to be. Like the person still lives at their house, but I hope they're doing better. But like she wasn't getting burnt out from it, which was nice, right? But it's in her character that she always just wanted to help people. And the three of us are like that, more or less. We have that sense of like, yo, we might not have the finances to help you, but if we do, we wouldn't mind helping you. Like not too long ago, like a friend had money to fix their car, and then they're like, "I don't have that much money left for my mom's birthday gift." And I was like, "Well, let me send you some money towards your car repair." And I barely had money, and she was just like, "You don't have to do that." And I had to fight tooth and nail, because I was like, "Listen, I want you to get a good gift for your mom. That's your mom. Like that's your mom. So let me send you some money, and you can put it towards a car repair. get yourself a nice treat too, get a donut or something, whatever, and go get your mom something nice. And she was able to, and I was happy that I was able to do that. Do I want anything in return? No. I hope your mom was absolutely happy with the flowers and the things that she got. So I just make sure that that's like, if I can do good things for others, why not? Right? And now I do it to the point that, like, if I am able to do it, I'll do it. If I can't, so be it. But like, I don't do it for like the expectation that something will come back for me from that person, or even like something will come back to me at all. I
Hi,
was
Lily.
yeah, she's over here. Say hi.
We are ending our show with the Lily
She
lately.
she she, she
I
just
love
knows
it.
when the hour's like coming up. Wait, did I tell you the story of there was a lady that was trying to go up an escalator in New York?
Yes.
Okay. Like, stuff like that I wouldn't do. I would have never done if it wasn't for the fact that, like, I felt good doing it. Hold on, babe. I
Yes.
felt good like doing it, right? Because I remember I was trying to like go to work, and I see a lady, and like she's just like looking around, and she was just waiting for someone to ask her, "Do you need help?" And no one did. Man, Rose, I don't run up escalators, but I ran up escalators as fast as I humanly could to come right back down to go to her and be like, "I'm sorry, ma'am, did you need help?" And she's like, "Didn't you go up?" I was like, "Yeah, but I came back. So if you need help, I'll help you." And then I helped her. Are you so excited? All right, hold on, let's see. Oh, sit. Yeah. This is the new star.
Hello, Lily.
Lily, one day
You are a star of our show.
one day Motivation Station is gonna be your show. It's gonna say Motivation Station with Lily and Rose. And then you guys are
Don't
gonna
say
talk
that.
about all that stuff. It's not gonna be a while. It's gonna be like next year. She's gonna be 5 years old. She's gonna be another co-host. she'll be all set. But what are we doing today? What?
Today I got more stars.
I got more stars. Yeah, and then we're gonna put more stars in the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
beautiful.
But we have a ladder downstairs, right?
Hmm?
We have a ladder downstairs.
Yeah, we have a ladder downstairs. I'll bring the ladder upstairs. And then what else are we gonna do? We have to go.
Yes, fun times.
We have to go grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after that, I want to go to somewhere.
Where do you want? Oh yeah, you want to go? Where do you want to go?
I want to go to McDonald's.
She wants to go to McDonald's. The the lunch for champs, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
we'll
want
just
to
say.
get a roomie toy.
I don't think they have it, but maybe we can ask them for the box. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. I don't understand where English annotations and stuff like that, but okay. All right. Well, we're gonna go in a little
Yeah.
bit. go downstairs. I'm gonna come in a little bit.
Yeah, on a car, I just
Kids
come
language.
with
Amazing.
You
Half
come
of
up.
it
You
don't
always.
understand.
Yeah, right. You always come up at the most amazing times, Lily, because I'm about to end my show. So you're like, let me come up. All right, go downstairs. Though. No.
Yes,
I'm
you're
just
about to
saying-
have your
I'm just
stars and a beautiful
I'm
happy
just
meal.
Come on.
I'm just like,
Lily, hold on. She has hit the bratty age where she says what she wants and I have to fight her. But there you go. Now she's just doing flips in the bed. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be a fun day. I definitely try to do like at least weekly, just something to do. I'm actually trying. I was gonna go out to go get my ear pierced.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know why I was suddenly encouraged to do it, but she got her ears pierced. I don't know if I'll send you pictures if I didn't. And she's
Okay.
like, "Oh, you should get your ears pierced," and I was like, "Okay, I'll definitely get that done when I can." But hold on. But
Why not?
why not? Right? That's what I said. I was like, I think they'll look good.
Ah.
thank you.
All right. Well, another great episode with the closing of the normal, like, I think it's just be traditional at this point that she closes out the episode. But I'm
I know,
happy.
right?
I'm happy we're able to catch up. I'm happy that even though the episode didn't come out on a Saturday, we're still able to do it on a Sunday. I'm happy for the position that you're in and you got. I will definitely have to come out, make a trip out there, and visit
Yes.
you.
Yes.
We got a lot happening in my room right now. This is crazy. Anyway, yeah, and like honestly, like I'm just happy of who we are in our own nature, right? That who we are in our own character. Like the people that show up in our podcast, the people who watch our episodes and things like that. Like I hear such beautiful things when they talk to us. You know, even when we had Will on, we had Charles on. They're just like, yeah, like you guys are just like like so wholesome. Like when I was on the podcast with Joe, which the link is now in the description, in the
Mhm.
middle of it, like he was just like when Charles was talking to his partner Joe, he's just like it was like a surreal place. It was like just a nice place to be and just like talk. And he's like definitely the whole cursing thing is a slippery slope. But I'm like we don't curse like crazy, but sometimes we just gotta let it out, you know. And he's like it's nice to be able to just be yourself, to just be raw and be out there, you know. And we caught up, and he said he would love to be on the show again, which I wouldn't mind having him again at all, you know. I was like, oh, yeah, you're more than welcome to come back, and he'll definitely come back eventually. But man, like there's every day, every week, every month is just a new adventure, in not just in life but like in Motivation Station. So it's a good time, so definitely stick around, you know.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, everyone who's listening, liking, sharing, and commenting on our posts, investing their time on their own when you have a chance of watching us, rewatching us. Also, we are on Spotify. You can listen to us at any time. You can revisit the episodes that you love, re-listening and grabbing all of that beautiful techniques, quotes, motivation, and stay motivated. And always hit the bell notification button so you don't lose when we are live. Usually we're live every Saturday 11 a.m. But things do come up. Like I need to
Life
meet
happens.
we had a staff meeting yesterday and I could not say like, hey, listen, but I did let the boss know. I said, you know what, for you, I moved my show from Saturday to Sunday. You better appreciate it. I
Wait, are
actually
you are
said
you
that.
working are you working every Saturday like that?
Yes, but it's not gonna be on that moment where we were. It's gonna be
Oh, okay.
afternoon.
Okay,
So,
okay, okay. Okay, I was just say let me
however,
know
I
otherwise just
just let them know. Listen, I usually don't move. My
yeah.
show comes above everything. I
Yeah.
don't move it to nobody.
There you go.
But this was like a he wanted to meet everyone at once. So I was like, okay, I can't say like, listen, who
Yeah.
you and whom I still need to work, right? So,
As a
but I said, listen, I
for,
moved my show just for
fortunately,
you guys. I'll
uh,
never do that again.
I was say fortunately I've been lucky enough not to have my job interfere in my hour, for my show
Yes,
hours. Like it worked out this Saturday
show
because
comes first.
the
Oh,
this Saturday it worked out because like I actually had to wake up super early to monitor some stuff at work.
yes,
So I was like in and out of sleep. So when you're like, "Hey, can we do this tomorrow?" I was like, "Perfect." And I slept until like 2 o'clock because I
beautiful.
was tired. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I have anything coming. I do have some weekend work on one day, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, we can always make time for the show. We'll always have it
Yes,
going.
Saturday's the time, 11 a.m. Thank you everyone who's watching on their own time, coming live, chatting with us. We do have our Gmail, motivationstation@gmail.com. Please find us on Facebook, Instagram. Send us your story. Let us share your story. Come be our guest. The world needs to hear you. You'll be having your link for the rest of your life until the YouTube works.
Yeah.
Your passion, your mission, everything you love to do. Let us know. Let the world have your part of motivation as well.
Yeah, for sure. And like Rose said, we are ever grateful. So we want to say, I just grabbed whatever mug I could. It says "Let it snow," but please don't let it snow.
Let
But,
us know with the
but
cozy club. Definitely, we're both wintering right now.
yeah, right. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
Thank you again for being part of our show today, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a motivated day. Take care.
Bye bye.